Good afternoon, beautiful viewers, wherever you might be watching us from. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. I am Fatumata Jabang, your host. Today, we are with the University of the Gambia Students' Union Electoral Commission, who will be talking about their upcoming election. Thank you. Here with me today, I have two gentlemen. I will start with the one on my right. Can you introduce yourself and tell us the position that you are handling or holding in the University of the Gambia Students' Union Electoral Commission? Gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Fatu Jabang, our host, and our sincere gratitude to Fine TV Gambia for giving us this audience. I am Mohamed Sidi, Commissioner Mohamed Sidi, as the UTG, as captured in the UTG constitution that we are commissioners. And of course, at the work of the commission level, I am the Deputy Logistics Commissioner of the UTG Electoral Commission. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Saidi. I will now shift to the gentleman on my left.
Okay, thank you so much. I am about Dumbuya, Commissioner Dumbuya to be precise. I'm serving as the Deputy Secretary General of the University of the Gambia Electoral Commission, and we are very happy to be here today.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Dumbia or Commissioner Dumbia. All right, Dumbia, can you give us a brief history about the UTG Electoral Commission, especially when it was established?
Okay, thank you so much, Fatumata. University of the Gambia Students' Union is an act of parliament, and as a result of that, the UTG SUEC come to being, because to have the student body, to have a student government, there ought to be an election. So for this election to be conducted in a free, fair, and transparent manner, there is need for a commission to be set up. Okay. That is where the commission come to be. Okay. I would say the commission is there for 20 years or so now.
Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Dumbia, for that insight. Very well. Now, shifting to Mr. Sedi. Mr. Sedi, what are the aims and objectives of your commission?
Thank you so much, once again, and to our beautiful listeners, viewers out there. Greetings to you all. And as per your question, that is the aims of and objectives of the UTG Electoral Commission. Okay. Primarily, our main function is to conduct free, fair, and transparent election. Okay. You understand? So that is the main function. Okay. But that aside, we conduct elections, you understand? And then when it comes to conventions, like ahead of the elections, we make sure that we conduct conventions wherein candidates, that is aspirant candidates, will come and say their manifesto to the students body. Okay. That again is also our mandate as Section 54 of the UTG Constitution, that we should also conduct sensitizations, and that we doing, you understand, we do media campaigns to talk to students about the need to vote, and also the need to take part in the upcoming election, that is November 10th as well. So briefly, this is it as well. We conduct election, we sensitize, conduct conventions, and also after election as well, we facilitate the handing over process. And again, if there are instances wherein people will have to resign, that is candidates somewhere or the other due to impeachment or whatever, okay, we conduct by elections as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Saidi. Coming back to Dubeya, my third question is, how does one become a member of this commission? Is the person being elected or nominated?
Okay, thank you so much, Fatima, once again, and thank you for asking this very sensitive question, because even students of university ask this question. Yeah. How do one become a member of this commission? UTG SUEC? Mm-hmm. Okay, here is how you come or become a member of this commission. UTG hold congresses. It is the constitutional mandate of the student union to conduct a congress at least every semester. Okay. So this congress is one of these congresses is where you will be nominated by students, by congressmen, to serve them in the electoral commission, actually. So that is how you man this position as a commissioner. But as to how we demarcate ourselves to a unit. He is part of the logistics services.
Okay.
I'm part of the secretariat.
Okay.
That is as per our experience, past experience as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Dumbia. Shifting again to Commissioner Sadie, right?
Yes.
Good. Commissioner Sadie, do you train your staff? If yes, how do you train them?
Thank you so much, Daul. Yes, I think this is an opportunity for me to advertise what we are about to do. By the way,
Exactly.
yeah. On paper, actually, as we speak, on the 29th of this month, actually,
Okay.
we will do what we call as the training of our commissioners and as well that of the volunteers.
Okay.
We have that partnership with the Independent Electoral Commission, and they, do the training. This has been a lasting history or a lasting relationship between UTG Electoral Commission and that of the Independent
All right.
Electoral
Thank you
Commission.
so much. We'll come to that. Commissioner Dumbia, do you have any connection with the Independent Electoral Commission, which is the IEC of the Gambia?
Yeah, very well. We do have connection with the Independent Electoral Commission.
Okay.
In fact, they're one of our most important partners in these elections, and they have been partners to the UTG SUAC for a long time now.
Okay.
As we speak, like Sadie was saying, we are to have a training with them
Okay.
on the 29th of this month, where they will train our commissioners and the volunteers that we have. 20 of them are UTG students,
Okay.
and the other 10, students outside the UTG.
Okay.
Most of them Gambia College students.
Gambia collections.
Yes.
Okay. That is very fine. We all know that challenges and difficulties are part of life. We should always expect them rather than fearing them. I believe you must be facing challenges in this work. If I may ask, what are some of these challenges that you are facing in the University of the Gambia Students' Union Electoral Commission?
Very well, and thank you for that question. Challenges are inevitable, you understand, and then the UTG Electoral Commission is not an exception. So long as I must commend my team for the good job that we're doing. Commissioners are doing great when it comes to making sure that the upcoming election is done in a masterclass way.
Okay.
But we facing challenges, by the way, and part of the challenges, and the main one that is worth noting, and I'm bringing it first, is funding. Yes, actually, the UTG Electoral Commission is funded by the student union.
Okay.
But then you look at it, you realize that the fund that is even allocated for student union is not much, to an extent of allocate, and then what is being catered for the Electoral Commission (EC) is not much. So this makes it very difficult for us to conduct our activities, and at some point we have to stretch and look for partners. And for now, we must say partners are not that much forthcoming. Though we have the Inspector General of Police willing to help us with security men to make sure that the election is done in a free, fair manner, and of course, security of the commissioners security of the commission and the general student body are looked into while election is taking place, and that day that is for the convention and of the election proper.
Okay.
But then again, you realize that another challenge is the training. Yes, we must commend the IEC for giving us that training, but you realize that that training is just one day.
Okay.
And of course, so you realize that handling election and election related issues, and the number of days that was given to you for training is just one day. So that is not even sufficient. We would definitely love to have many days of training, if possible a week or so, but then we don't have the financial muscle so to do that as well.
So
You understand, and then those are the challenges that we face for now.
Exactly.
And then the other thing is the office.
Okay.
The Electoral Commission, as we speak, is yet to have a permanent office, and this makes it very difficult for us to, be doing our work as expected.
Okay.
Yes, and recently we've talked to the current student union executive to hand over their secretariat office in Brikama to us during the course of the election to be doing our activities. But actually, you realize that after those activities, our documents and everything, we will find, we will struggle to make sure that we keep them safe. You understand what I mean? At some point, it's either we put them in the office of the student union or we pack them somewhere, and that we will have to even think of. So this some way, makes it very difficult for us
exactly.
to. So it's important that we have a permanent office. But
Sure.
that is it. The university is also struggling with structures.
Sure,
As
sure.
so that is it as well. Those are the challenges. We have the
Okay.
funding. We have training of commissioners. That is enough training, and also having a permanent office to do our activities.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Sadie. Now, to the main issue, which is the upcoming election. Commissioner Dombea,
Yes.
what is your state of preparedness for this forthcoming election?
Okay. I think this is a very important question, and the general student body, are yearning to hear the answer for this question.
Okay.
As they have been seen, the EC currently, we are on interviews right now.
Okay.
We interviewed about 14 candidates as we speak.
Okay.
They are still on it. I know by the end of the day, they will interview about 18 candidates. This we are doing here is part of our engagements before we head to polls in November 10th. We are very much prepared. We are very much prepared, and we will do everything in our capacity to ensure that there is free, fair, and transparent election.
Very well. That's good. Do you have anything to add on to what he said, Commissioner Sadie? Or
Yeah, thank you so much. Just as you said, preparations are on high gear. We are on interview of the candidates as well. Yes. For now, today we will finish interviewing of 8 positions, and positions that are applied are 12. So it means we will be left with 6 more other positions to interview.
Okay.
So we will left with about 4 more positions to interview actually.
Okay.
So that aside, and that aside, actually, the level of preparation is on the year. And currently, as we speak, by Monday, hopefully, we will finish everything scrutinized, and then we will surely announce the approved candidates. That is candidates
Okay.
that fulfill all the criteria. Then campaign proper starts on the 26th to 9th November.
All right.
You understand? So at our level, again, we know that election is not a child play thing. Like we always appeal to our candidates that are applying, and then that are even still going through the interview process. And this is the appeal that we always make to them, that we want to make sure that we make it very unique. Yes, we know that election some way or the other is full of dubious activities, but then we want to make sure that this one is a different one on the side of I know at electoral level, that is commission level, we are doing our utmost best, and we will continue to do our utmost best to safeguard the integrity and the image of the commission. But actually, to the students out there, to the politicians out there, we also trying to make sure that they preach that culture of peace and that culture of one university and that culture of these are brothers coming to seek for those positions. At the end of the day, they are going to continue as students of that university. So this is what we are campaigning. And currently, and after all the interview, once we approve the students, we want to bring all these candidates together to come together, make a video set of wherein they will be talking to the electorates to say, yes, we are one, and politics is not going to divide us.
Yeah.
You understand? University is ours. You know, students will come and go, but the university will remain. We are Gambians, so let's try to make sure that we maintain that peace. You know. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. And then I have to come back to you again, Commissioner. I have another question, which is, what are your criteria for nominating a candidate in this election?
Oh, thank you so much. The criteria for nominating a candidate in this election are clear. And part of it is that you must be nominated by students of various schools of the university. And you realize that the university has 10 schools.
Okay.
You understand? And students are going to nominate you from each of those schools. But out of those 10 schools, we have 3 big ones. That is the School of Education, School of Art and Sciences, and School of Business and Public Administration.
Those are the 3 big schools.
So those 3 big schools, you are going to be nominated by 10 students from each of those 3 big schools. And then the other schools like Faculty of Law, School of Nursing, School, Medicine and Life Sciences, Agriculture and Environment.
Okay.
You understand? You are going to be nominated by 10 students from those schools. So that is the nomination process as to how many students are going to nominate you. But actually, we also have other criteria as per the nomination.
Okay.
That is to say, certain positions, like the position of presidency, vice president, secretary general, and the finance, you should have those people should be Gambians in the first place as per the constitution, because they are very sensitive positions. Though we know that universities accepting students from different countries as well,
exactly.
but this are sensitive position. That is why the commission and of course the constitution of the electoral commission deem it fit that these people should be Gambians.
Okay.
So that aside too, they should also have a CGPA of 3.0. That is 3.0 is a requirement for that position. And then the other positions, non-Gambians can also apply for those positions. That is Agric and Environment Minister. We have Education and Research. We have Welfare. We have the sports. Public relations. Auditor General, and then the list goes on. So non-Gambians can apply, but then the yardstick also, they also have to go through those nomination processes, by the way.
Okay.
But then the yardstick is that they should have a minimum CGPA of 2.5.
Okay.
So that is the requirement for those people. Yeah. So basically, these are the key things that we look at, and then in doing so, we make sure that while they are applying, they send in their transcript, that is the official transcript from the university.
Okay.
And then they also send in their nomination papers, and then their documents, their CVs, and of course those that are applying for those sensitive positions will also have to send in their national documents for us to commission to ascertain whether they are Gambians or not.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, basically those are some of the key things that we look at as far as the nomination of candidates are concerned. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Saidi. And now we shift to Commissioner Dumbia again. Okay. Commissioner Dumbia, can you explain to our viewers about your voting process?
Okay, thank you so much, Fatu, once again. And I think this is one of the most important questions. It's a very sensitive issue as well, because it involves a lot of technicalities and legal issues out, here and there.
Sure.
Yeah, for one to vote or to be eligible to vote in the forthcoming SU election, you should be a university student. So to prove that to us, commissioners or polling staffs, that you should vote or you are, you have the right to vote, you should either possess an ID card, that is a valid student ID card.
Okay.
Your how to call it, log into your portal. Yes, if you log into your portal, automatically we know this is Fatoumata Jabang, School of Education, and you can vote.
Exactly.
And your acceptance letter.
Okay. That is your acceptance letter
your acceptance letter at the University of the Gambia, or a scholarship award letter. That would show us that he or she is a university student. Yes. And another thing as well, this time around we are going to be using a software, whereby you cannot vote twice. You are only, limited to vote once as a student. Over the past years, last year too, I think they used the same system, but over the past years, we've seen students, voting here and,
in different schools.
Exactly. Going all the way to Carnifing and vote there as well. So you see, we want to put an end to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we want to ensure that the election is free, fair, and transparent. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Dumbia. For that. Okay. To Commissioner Saidi, with regards to your ballot boxes, do you normally use tokens or papers during this election?
Thank you so much. Our system is unique, but the fact that we using a paper system, that is a paper system of voting, wherein electorates, that is the voters, will have to come and there will be pictures of the candidates that are applying for those positions, and their names and positions will be written on those positions, on those papers. And then those voters out there will have to tick from each of the columns, like when it comes to presidency, you look at it and say, okay, out of these people that are vying for this position, I'm going to vote for Mr. X, and therefore I'm going to tick that one.
Okay.
I go to Secretary General, tick that one. From there, they'll have to fold that paper and put it in the ballot box.
Okay.
So once it's there, and at the end of the actual process, then once we are counting, we look at those that ticked for Mr. X as SG, we count, and then we go in for Madam X as finance. How many of those tick for that person? This is how we do it as well. Unlike the National Electoral Commission, they use Mwabul, or we use the paper system. By the way, thank you so much.
You're welcome. What measures do you put in place to prevent students voting twice, especially non-university students? What are the measures that you put in place to prevent those students?
Okay, let's start with students voting twice. Like I was saying,
okay,
we already have software in place that we are going to use.
Okay.
So if you vote here, like you pay fare and go to Carniving or Bandul or wheresoever, you cannot vote there again because once they enter your details, in the software, it will show that Mr. X or Y did vote.
Okay.
So you cannot manipulate that system. Yes. So and with regards to students that are or people that are not from the university that come to campus to vote for particular
candidates, okay,
that is also impossible. Yes, because in order to vote, like I told you earlier, you have to produce your student ID or log into your portal or give us something tangible that would show that he or she is a UTG student.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's impossible to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Indeed. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for that. So to the students that are no university, part of the university, automatically you'll not be able to vote. Commissioner Saidi, how do you do your counting processes? Okay. Is it done openly or it is done behind the scene?
Thank you so much. Before going into the counting process, I would like to react a bit on what Commissioner Dumbia was saying with regard to non-students and also students voting twice or whatever.
Okay.
So we're trying to be so unique as we can, and there are many ways to control that. And the first place is in the indelible ink that we use in the IEC is providing us indelible ink that is used at the national level. Okay. So therefore, once your finger is dipped into that indelible ink, it will be very difficult for you to remove it that particular day. And that aside, the Director of Students Affairs at the University of the Gambia, Dr. Habibatu, has been very helpful. Currently, as we speak, in fact, she has provided us, a document that entails, Excel document that entails all the the active students that are at the university currently, be it those that are even registered this particular semester.
Okay.
So we have a detail of all those that are active for this semester.
Okay.
And we are working with the ICT department. Plans are on the way, though it will require some fund, some money also. Okay. But actually, we are working with them so as to make sure that these things are developed into an application setup that the last commission was using the last election, so that these details of those that are active currently, where their data will be uploaded in the system. And then if, let's say, Fatumata as a student, also you double as a student, if you go to Brikama campus to vote, and if you vote there, our commissioners will log into the system to tick that yes, Fatumata has voted in Brikama. Okay. And of course, at this particular time, you understand, and then you will be ticked. Your hand will be, dipped into the indelible ink. Okay. From there, if you want to go, because it will be in the system, so already even the commissioner that is in Carnifing campus will know that yes, this guy has voted here at this time. So if you go to Carnifing campus and you try to vote, you understand, our system will detect it. As you go there, once they put your details in the system, your mark number, they'll say yes, you voted in Carnifing, you voted in Brikama at 11 o'clock. Okay. So you see, even last election actually, the system has, it helps a lot. In fact, some students tried to do that, but then they were, they were identified, they were caught at some point as well. Yeah. So
the question, which is how do you do your counting processes? Is it done openly or behind the scene?
Thank you so much. So long as it's election and election-related issues, one of our core value is the transparency. Okay. And our transparency will be in question if we are to count our ballot, our results behind the scenes. That is votes behind the scenes. So actually, we make it very open to people, and particularly all the candidates have what we call as agents, agents of various candidates.
Okay.
So if you are vying for Secretary General, you send in your candidates to various polling stations, and after at the end of the election, your candidate will be present, and then counting will be done in front of the candidates or the representatives of various candidates, and those candidates themselves are allowed to go and observe the counting process, and then the counting process is open to the media. That is why we are crying for a media coverage ahead of this forthcoming election. We want a lot of media houses to be there to cover this election. And of course, the counting process is open to all. Yeah. So and the general student body of the University of the Gambia. So our doors are open to all of them. So so long as it's counting, we want them to be on board, and we count it. And of course, after the counting too, all those candidates, their agents, or the agents that we are present for them, to witness the counting process, will also have to sign to authenticate those results to say, yes, this has been opened in my presence, it has been counted in my presence, and then I therefore certify or verify or hereby approve that this is the authentic version of the results. Then they will countersign.
Yeah.
So this will also help us when we come to in terms of us controlling, or in terms of us trying to make sure that our transparency is maintained, and thereby our image will be safeguarded.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. And what about the results? How is it being announced?
Yes, actually, the chairman of the Electoral Commission of the UTG Student Union is mandated to announce results, and of course, the results will have to also be in written format, and it will be signed and be shared with the general public. But actually, at our level, we will not be in any way or the other be in hesitation to announce results. In fact, we will do our utmost best so as to make sure that we cross-check, verify everything with the candidates, and of course with their agents, that is agents of various candidates, so as to make sure that those results are tallied, they are checked, invalid votes are also checked, and a lot of things before it is announced. So in fact, it could be elections may finish at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Okay.
You understand? But after that, actually, don't be surprised if we announce the results 5 o'clock the next day. You understand? That is 24 hours after election.
When students will be very eager.
Exactly.
to know.
We also, because so long as we want to make sure that we whatever we do is done in an accurate manner. That is why we will never be in hesitation to release results. But actually, how our results are announced is the chairman of the Electoral Commission of the UTGSU that announces the results, and a written version of it will have to be done, and then it will have to be authenticated. That has been signed and shared with general student body, and of course even the media. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner City. Coming to my another commissioner, Dumbia. Finally, this is my final question. What will be your message to the electorate of the University of the Gambia?
Okay, thank you so much. And my final message, or our last message to the university students out there who are willing to vote, is this: come to vote on the November 10th. The leaders you put there are yourself. They're going to represent you there. So if you don't put right leaders, you don't have the right to critique. That is the thing. So you have the opportunity now to come and choose the leaders, to come and choose your fellow students who are going to represent your interests at the Senate, at the board, everywhere. So you have the chance now. Why not you come and vote for the right candidates, the candidate that you think can, represent your interests out there. So they really need to come out November 10 in the large numbers to vote for candidates of their choices.
Sure.
And I will tell them, I want to assure them that the EC of this year will be an EC of difference. They've already seen that. They've already seen that this EC is an EC of difference, because everything we do is transparent. Every single thing we do, we try by all means to publicize it for them to see, or for them to know that this is what the EC is up to. Because we don't want them to be sitting in a limbo, whereby they will be like, maybe the EC are up to this, or maybe they're up to that. We want to make them know what we are up to. So my message to them is, let them have faith in us. We will not let them down, inshallah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Dumbia. Commissioner Siri, do you also have something to add on to that final message to the electorates?
Yes, exactly. will you permit me to do some what I call as a message before a final message?
Okay,
And that
okay, okay,
in
no
this
problem.
case will be we want to make sure that this election is done in a different style. And of course, plans are on the way. In fact, partnership is with we have a partnership with the Gambia Radio and Television Services (GRTS) to host 4 debates for us. Those are going to be on 4 positions out of the 12 precisely, and they could be on presidency, they could be on secretary generals, they could be on vice presidents, and then the list may go on as well.
Okay.
So, but then we are not also limited. We also using this opportunity to appeal to other media houses to host our candidates for a debate. And of course, with Fine TV, your management will also have to appeal to you that if you can host our candidates for a debate, wherein candidates that are vying for the same position will have to come to Fine TV here and sell their manifestos to
Okay.
students. And then to the students, you know. Yes, on the 26th of this month, candidates are starting their elections. So we urge all students to take part in the political process. We want to make sure that we have active political participation. So get your time to engage the candidates. Find out and look at those candidates, scrutinize them, and see to it that those that will even fit your purpose, those that will that those that you think are qualified enough to serve, to serve you, vote for them. And of course, the convention is on the 9th November, so we urge all the students to be present at the convention ground to listen to what the students have for them. That is, the candidates have for them.
Okay.
And yeah, plans are also on the way to make sure that media houses are invited for a live coverage of the convention.
Okay.
And then because it is a convention, we want to do it in a grand style. Yes, our hall at Canifing, we're looking at it as well. It's a bit small. It's small for a convention where all the students of the university will have to go there. You understand? So anyway, we are seeing what we can do at our level to see how much we can engage donors, if need be, to take it to OIC. That is, if there is funding for it.
Okay.
But if there is not enough funding or show, we might also consider taking it to Ndau's Hall, which is a bit bigger than that of our hall at Canifing campus. That is the peace building. So long as we have it that way, because we want to make sure that all the students are represented. And in fact, this time around too, we want to make sure that we do our congress very early, probably 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, so that students can be on the ground. Latest 10 o'clock, so that students can be on the ground to have their views, to listen to what these people have for them. Understand? So it's going to be a day-long activity wherein ideas will be shared. So to the students out there, it is election time. Very soon candidates will go into campaigns. So find time to listen to them. Do not be harsh on them. So do not be harsh on a particular candidate for the fact that you share different political ideologies. Politics comes and go, but then the university remains. The students remain. So we are the ones that are going to serve as students of the university. Sure. And of course, even there is life after university too. We will be those that will be entrusted with the affairs of this country. So imagine if we have a bad relationship at the university. How are we going to cope at a national level? So therefore we say politics comes and go, but then our life as students, and then the Gambia remains here for all of us. Exactly. Therefore, keep on politicking, students, but do it in a conscious manner. Thank you. In a civilized way. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Sadie. Viewers, that does it to the tail end of the program. Until we come your way next time, I was your host, Fatoumata Jaban. This is Fine TV Gambia, your viewpoint. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Thank you.